Anakin Skywalker stands as a Force Ghost. Translucent, glowing, free. Luke looks at his father, sees peace in his eyes. Finally, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda shimmer beside Anakin, the three Jedi Masters together. Anakin smiles. His journey is complete. Redemption earned. He begins to fade, returning to the cosmic force. To eternal rest, the light dims. And then, snap. Anakin's eyes fly open. Pain. Immediate. Overwhelming. Heat. The weight of flesh. The sting of sand in his hair. He gasps. His lungs burning. A body. He has a body. His hands. Small. A child's hands. Gripping a wrench. The smell. Engine grease. Rusted metal. Tatooine's dust. Twin suns blaze through a grimy window. No. This can't be. He looks down. His legs barely reach the floor. His arms thin. Weak. He's 9 years old. Watto's junk shop. Mos Espa. Tatooine. The year is 32 BBY. 45 years of memories slam into him at once. Vader. The Empire. The younglings. Padmé's death. Luke's redemption. Everything. The transition is violent. Sensory overload screaming through every nerve. The itch of sand between his toes. The ache in his knees from kneeling too long. The slave transmitter chip buried somewhere inside his body. He was formless. A Force Ghost. At peace. Now he's trapped again. In flesh. In slavery. In a child's body. But his mind. Intact. Complete. Every technique. Every secret. 45 years of experience. The door chimes. Anakin's head snaps toward the sound. 3 figures enter. A tall man in Jedi robes. Brown and tan. Weathered face. Kind eyes. Lightsaber at his belt. Qui-Gon Jinn. 60 years old. Alive. Beside him, a Gungan. Gangly. Long ears. Jar Jar Binks. And a young woman. Dressed as a handmaiden. Simple brown robes. Hood partially covering her face. But Anakin knows that face. Padmé Amidala. 14 years old. Alive. Whole. Beautiful. Not dying on Polis Massa. Not gasping "there's still good in you" with her last breath. Here. Real. Breathing. The sight hits Anakin like a physical blow. His chest constricts. Grief and relief war inside him. She's alive. She's alive. She's alive. Every instinct screams at him to run to her. Fall to his knees. Beg forgiveness. Tell her everything. But he can't. She doesn't know him. She's never met him. In this timeline, he's just a slave boy in a junk shop. Anakin channels Vader's discipline, the Iron Mask, the control that kept him alive through decades of pain. He forces his expression neutral. A small, polite smile. Inside, he's screaming. Watto flutters into view. Blue skin. Pot belly. Trunk-like snout. Wings buzzing. The Toydarian slave owner, the creature who owns him and his mother. Ah, customers. What can Watto do for you today? Qui-Gon speaks. His voice calm. Patient. I need parts for a J-Type 327 Nubian starship. Watto's eyes gleam. Ah, Nubian. We have lots of that. What kind of junk you need? A T-14. I pleasant. A T-14. Oh my. Very expensive. Very rare. I don't think I have one. Qui-Gon's hand moves subtly. A Jedi mind trick. I don't need one. Watto blinks. Then laughs harder. What, you think you're some kind of Jedi? Mind tricks don't work on me. Only money. The trick fails. Toydarians are immune to mind manipulation. Qui-Gon frowns. Anakin watches. Every word. Every gesture. Exactly as he remembers from the reports. From the recordings. From the history he studied as Vader. But this time, he doesn't wait. He sets down the wrench. Stands. Walks toward Watto. His movements are wrong. Too controlled. Too precise. Not like a 9-year-old. Like a predator. Qui-Gon notices. His hand moves slightly toward his lightsaber. Anakin stops in front of Watto. Looks up at the floating Toydarian. His voice is quiet. Cold. Carrying weight no child should possess. You're going to give them the hyperdrive. You're going to deactivate the slave chips from me and my mother. And you're going to do it right now. Then laughs nervously. You think you can? Wait. Toydarians are immune to Jedi tricks, boy. And you're not even a... I'm not using a mind trick, Watto. Anakin raises his hand. The Force erupts. Every piece of metal in the shop begins to vibrate. Tools, parts, scrap engines, droid components. All of it, rising, lifting into the air. The hum is audible, a deep, resonant thrumming. The Force made manifest and visible. Qui-Gon's eyes widen. His hand grips his lightsaber hilt. Padmé steps back, her eyes wide behind her handmaiden disguise. Jar Jar yelps. Mesa no liken dis. Watto's wings freeze mid-flap. He stares at the floating metal, at the 9-year-old boy who just weaponized an entire workshop. Hundreds of pieces, suspended, rotating slowly, waiting. Anakin's voice doesn't rise. Doesn't need to. You will never touch my mother again. You will free us both. Or I will reduce this shop, and you, to atoms. Do you understand? Watto's snout twitches. Fear floods his beady eyes. Genuine terror. I understand. Good. The hyperdrive. The deactivator wands. Now. Watto scrambles. Flies to a back storage room. Returns moments later with parts and 2 small cylindrical devices. Deactivator wands for slave transmitter chips. He hands them to Anakin with shaking hands. Anakin takes them. The metal pieces lower gently back to their places. No damage. Perfect control. He activates the first wand. Points it at himself. A faint click inside his body. The slave chip powers down. Deactivated, he hands the hyperdrive generator to Qui-Gon. Meets the Jedi Master's eyes. You'll need this. What is your name, boy? Anakin Skywalker. Where did you learn to use the Force like that? Anakin's eyes. Ancient, tired, knowing. From a future I will never allow to happen. Qui-Gon kneels. Eye level now. What does that mean? It means I know who you are, Qui-Gon Jinn. I know why you're here. I know what happens next, and I'm going to change it. Padmé speaks, her voice soft but steady. How do you know his name? Anakin looks at her, forces himself not to react, not to show the tsunami of emotion. 45 years of love, loss, grief, guilt. Because I've lived this moment before, and I remember everything. Qui-Gon reaches out through the Force, tries to sense the boy. What he touches makes him recoil. The presence is vast, ancient, scarred by darkness but burning with terrible light, like standing too close to a dying star. This isn't a child. This is something else entirely. Who are you really? Anakin's smile is sad, knowing. Broken. I'm the chosen one, and you're going to help me destroy the Sith. He turns, walks toward the back of the shop, calls out, Mom, we're leaving. Shmi Skywalker emerges from the repair room, a kind woman, weathered by slavery and Tatooine's harsh suns, but strong. She sees her son holding a deactivator wand, sees Watto cowering. Ani, what did you? Anakin activates the second wand, points it at his mother. The faint click, her slave chip deactivates. We're free, Mom. Both of us. Forever. Where the chip has been active for decades. Tears stream down her face. How? Anakin's voice is gentle. Does it matter? She embraces him, holds her son tight. Anakin closes his eyes, feels his mother's arms around him, the mother he failed to save in the original timeline, who died, tortured by Tusken Raiders while he arrived minutes too late. This time, he saved her. This time, she lives. Qui-Gon stands, approaches cautiously. Anakin, what you just did, freeing yourself and your mother, that takes immense power and knowledge. Who taught you? Anakin looks up, still holding his mother. You did, in another life. You and Obi-Wan and Yoda. You taught me to be a Jedi, and I failed you. But not this time. Qui-Gon's hand rests on his lightsaber hilt. Not threatening, just wary. You speak in riddles. I speak truth. You came here looking for a hyperdrive. You found me instead. That's the will of the Force. And now we're going to Coruscant. Together. Padmé steps forward, her disguise slipping slightly. We can't just take you. You're a slave who just freed himself, a refugee, and the only person who can stop what's coming. Qui-Gon makes a decision. The Force is screaming at him. This boy, this impossible child, he's important. Come with us. You and your mother. We'll sort this out on the ship. Anakin nods, looks at Watto one last time. If you follow us, if you try to reclaim us, I will know, and you will regret it. Just nods frantically, wings buzzing in terror. Anakin takes his mother's hand, walks toward the door. Qui-Gon, Padmé, and Jar Jar follow. As they leave Watto's shop, Anakin pauses at the threshold, looks back one final time. At the workshop where he built C-3PO, where he dreamed of freedom, where he was property. Not anymore. He steps into the sunlight. Free. For the first time in 2 lifetimes. Mau's Espa outskirts. The dune sea stretches endlessly. The Queen's Naboo royal starship gleams in the distance. Chrome and elegant. The group approaches. Captain Panaka and Naboo security stand guard at the boarding ramp. Panaka sees Qui-Gon returning with 2 unexpected additions. Master Jinn, who are refugees. They're coming with us. Panaka's eyes narrow, but he doesn't argue with the Jedi Master. Inside the ship, Obi-Wan Kenobi waits. 25 years old, Qui-Gon's Padawan learner. He sees his master return, then sees the child, feels it immediately through the Force. The boy's presence is overwhelming, like standing in a lightning storm. Not dark side, just vast, unfathomable. Wrong. Master, who is this? Anakin Skywalker and his mother, Shmi. They'll be joining us to Coruscant. Obi-Wan's hand doesn't move to his lightsaber, but his instincts scream danger. Master, I sense. I know. We'll discuss it later. Shmi is given quarters. Shown to a small cabin. Padmé removes her handmaiden disguise in private. Reveals herself as Queen Amidala to her Naboo delegation. Anakin watches this from the corridor. He already knows. He's always known. In the original timeline, learning she was the queen shocked him. Not anymore. Qui-Gon finds Anakin in the cargo bay. The boy is working on the hyperdrive system. His hands move with impossible skill. Tasks that should take trained engineers hours, he completes in minutes. Qui-Gon sits on a cargo crate, watches in silence. Finally speaks. How did you learn to do that? Anakin doesn't look up. I built protocol droids at age 6, podracers at 7. I've been doing this my whole life. Both lives. I died at 45. On the second Death Star. In my son's arms. After destroying the Emperor, my body was burned on Endor. I became one with the Force. A Force ghost. And then I woke up here, 9 years old, with every memory intact. Qui-Gon is silent, processing. You're telling me you're from the future. Yes, and you died. As a Jedi. As a Sith Lord. Darth Vader. Servant of Emperor Palpatine. Enforcer of the Galactic Empire. Murderer of younglings. Destroyer of the Jedi Order. The words hang heavy in the recycled air. Qui-Gon's hand moves to his lightsaber. You're Sith. I was. I fell to the dark side. Palpatine corrupted me. Turned me into a monster. Sealed me in a black suit after Obi-Wan cut off my limbs and left me to burn on Mustafar. But my son redeemed me. At the very end, Luke showed me the light I'd lost, and now I'm here, to stop it all before it begins. Qui-Gon stands. If what you say is true, it is. Then you're the most dangerous person in the galaxy. Yes, why should I trust you? Anakin finally looks up, meets Qui-Gon's eyes, because in 3 days, you're going to die. Darth Maul will kill you on Naboo, in the Theed Palace generator room, and your death will set everything in motion. My fall, the Clone Wars, Order 66, the Empire, all of it. But I'm going to save you, and you're going to help me destroy the Sith. Qui-Gon's breath catches. Darth Maul? The Zabrak Sith apprentice hunting you right now. He's following this ship, and when we reach Naboo, he'll attack. In the original timeline, you fight him alone. He runs you through with his lightsaber. Obi-Wan avenges you by cutting him in half. But you die. How do you know this? Because I was there. I watched the recordings. I studied the battle. I learned from your death. And now I'm going to prevent it. Qui-Gon sits back down, heavily. If you're truly from the future, if you remember, who trained you? You did, for less than a year. Then you died. Obi-Wan took over. He trained me for 10 years. Then the Clone Wars began. Palpatine manipulated me. used my fear of losing my wife against me, and I fell. Wife? Padmé Amidala, Queen of Naboo. In the original timeline, we fall in love, marry in secret. She becomes pregnant with twins. And when I fear losing her, Palpatine uses that fear to corrupt me. I try to save her, and instead, I kill her. On Mustafar, I choke her in my rage. She dies giving birth to Luke and Leia, my children, hidden from me, raised separately, until Luke finds me and saves me. Qui-Gon's face is pale. And now you're here to prevent this? Yes. By doing what? Anakin's voice is ice. By killing Palpatine before he becomes Emperor. Before Qui-Gon can respond, alarms blare. The ship shakes. Proximity alert. Obi-Wan's voice over the comm. Master, we're being pursued. Unidentified vessel closing fast. Qui-Gon and Anakin rush to the cockpit. On the view screen, a sleek ship. Black. Angular. Predatory. A Sith infiltrator. Darth Maul. Anakin's expression doesn't change. Right on schedule. The infiltrator fires. Red energy bolts streak toward them. The Naboo ship's shields absorb the impacts. But they're weakening. Rick Ollier, the pilot, speaks urgently. We can't take many more hits. Should we return fire? Continue to Coruscant. Evasive maneuvers. Another volley. The shields flicker dangerously. Obi-Wan. Master, the shields are failing. We need to land and make repairs. Anakin. No. We push through. I can reinforce the shields from inside. Temporarily. Qui-Gon. How? Mechu Daru. Mechanical manipulation through the Force. Watch. Anakin closes his eyes. Extends his hands. The Force flows through him. Into the ship's systems. Into the shield generators. Reinforcing. Stabilizing. Channeling energy where it's needed most. The shields brighten, strengthen, hold. Maul fires again. The bolts deflect harmlessly. In his infiltrator, Maul snarls, yellow Sith eyes burning with rage. His prey is escaping. He considers pursuing further. But his orders were clear. Observe. Not engage directly. Not yet. Sidious wants the Jedi alive. For now, Maul breaks off. Vanishes into hyperspace. On the Naboo ship, the crisis passes. Obi-Wan stares at Anakin. What did you just do? Saved us. That technique, Michu Deru. It's ancient. Forbidden. How do you know it? I learned it from someone who no longer exists in this timeline, and I'll use it again if I have to. Qui-Gon places a hand on Anakin's shoulder. You saved us. I did what was necessary, and I'll keep doing it. Until the Sith are extinct. The ship jumps to hyperspace, Coruscant bound. In the cargo bay later, Shmi finds her son. He's sitting alone, staring at nothing. Ani, what's happening? Who are these people? Where are we going? We're going to the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. I'm going to be tested by the Jedi Council, and then I'm going to save the galaxy. But you're just a boy. No, Mom, I'm not. She sees it in his eyes. Something ancient. Tired. Carrying unbearable weight. Who are you, Ani? I'm someone who's lived too long and seen too much. But I'm still your son, and I'm going to protect you. Always. She holds him. Whispers. I believe you. Coruscant. Jedi Temple. The High Council chamber. Circular room. 12 seats arranged in a circle. Tall windows overlooking the endless cityscape. The greatest Jedi Masters in the galaxy. Yoda. Grand Master. Approximately 876 years old. Small. Green. Ancient beyond measure. Mace Windu. Senior Council member. Severe. Powerful. Kiadi Mundi. Syrian. Tall cone-headed. Logical. Plo Koon. Keldor. Masked. Compassionate. Seizi Tin. Iktochi. Horned. Silent. Adi Gallia. Tholothian. Elegant. And others, the wisest Jedi alive. Qui-Gon Jinn stands before them. Obi-Wan Kenobi beside him. And Anakin Skywalker, 9 years old. Unnaturally still. Mace Windu speaks first. His voice carries authority. Master Jinn, you bring a child before the council. Explain. Qui-Gon, his name is Anakin Skywalker. I discovered him on Tatooine. I believe he may be the chosen one. Murmurs ripple through the council. Yoda's ears twitch. The chosen one? Strong claim. This is. His midichlorian count is over 20,000. Silence. Shocked silence. Ki-Adi-Mundi leans forward. 20,000? That's impossible. Even Master Yoda. Obi-Wan. I tested him myself. Masters. Multiple times the results are consistent. Mace Windu's eyes narrow. Regardless of his potential. He's too old. 9 years. Fear and attachment already define him. Yoda. Sense much fear in you, I do, young Skywalker. Anakin speaks. His voice clear. Unwavering. You're right, Master Windu. I am too old, and I am full of fear and attachment, because I've already lived a full life, died, and returned, and I've seen what happens when you train me your way. The council goes still. Mace, what did you say? Anakin steps forward. You think you're testing me, but I'm testing you. I'm here to see if you're wise enough to listen, or if you're as blind as I remember. His gimmer stick tapping the floor. Careful, your words should be. Arrogant, you sound. Not arrogant. Experienced. I'm not 9 years old, Master Yoda. I'm 45. I died on the second Death Star after killing Emperor Palpatine and saving my son. My body was burned on Endor. I became a Force ghost, and then the Force sent me back, to this moment, to stop the darkness before it begins. The council erupts. Mace, this is absurd. Ki-Adi-Mundi, the boy is clearly delusional. Plo Koon, or lying. Yoda raises a hand. Silence falls instantly. Feel him in the Force, I do. Ancient he is. Scarred. More than his years should allow. Speak your truth, you may, young Skywalker. But proof, you must provide. Anakin's eyes sweep the council. 45 years of knowledge behind a child's gaze. You want proof. Master Windu, your lightsaber form is Vapad, Form 7. You channel the dark side through your blade without falling. You're one of the only Jedi who can. But in 13 years you'll fight Palpatine, and you'll lose. He'll throw you from his office window. You'll fall to your death. And I'll watch. Mace's hand moves to his lightsaber hilt. How do you know about Vapad? That form is a secret? I know because you taught it to me, indirectly, through recordings, through battle analysis. I studied every form, every master, because I had to survive. Yoda, Palpatine you mentioned, Senator Palpatine of Naboo? Yes, he's Darth Sidious, Dark Lord of the Sith. He's been orchestrating the fall of the Republic for 50 years. He manipulated the Trade Federation into blockading Naboo. He's planning to use the crisis to become Supreme Chancellor. And from there, he'll trigger a war. The Clone Wars. You'll lead clone armies. Break your own code. And at the war's end, Sidious will issue Order 66. Ki-Adi-Mundi. What is Order 66? Anakin's voice is flat, emotionless, reciting horror-like facts, a command embedded in the clone troopers' programming. Inhibitor chips implanted in their brains. When Palpatine gives the order, every clone will turn on their Jedi general and execute them. Thousands of Jedi will die in a single day. Masters, knights, Padawans, and younglings. Children. Slaughtered in this very temple. The council goes pale. Silent. Mace, you're saying a Sith Lord sits in our Senate? Impossible. The Sith have been extinct for a millennium. You're wrong. The Sith are alive. Darth Maul attacked us on Tatooine. A Zabrak with a double-bladed lightsaber. His master is Sidious, and Sidious is Palpatine. Maul pursued us from Tatooine. Yoda closes his eyes, reaches deep into the Force. Searching, feeling, sensing. A Sith Lord? In the Senate? Clouded. The dark side makes things. But possible it is. Mace, even if what you say is true, and I'm not conceding that, how do you know these things? Anakin's voice drops, heavy with grief and guilt. Because I was there. I was Palpatine's enforcer. Darth Vader, I led the 501st Legion into this temple. I killed every Jedi I found. Masters, knights, Padawans, younglings, children screaming for mercy. And I cut them down, on Palpatine's orders, because I was his slave. Absolute silence. Every Jedi stares. Horror etched on their faces. Anakin continues. I hunted the survivors across the galaxy for 23 years. I tortured rebels. I served the Galactic Empire. Until my son Luke Skywalker redeemed me. He showed me the light I'd lost. And I killed Palpatine, at the cost of my own life. Yoda's voice is barely a whisper. Your son? Luke? Yes, my son with Padmé Amidala, Queen of Naboo. In the original timeline, I fall in love with her. Marry her in secret, and when I fear losing her in childbirth, Palpatine uses that fear to corrupt me. I try to save her, and instead, I kill her, on Mustafar. I choke her in my rage. She dies giving birth to twins, Luke and Leia, hidden from me, raised separately, until Luke finds me decades later and saves me. Padmé, standing outside the council chamber doors with her handmaidens, hears this through the Force-amplified acoustics. Her hand covers her mouth, tears in her eyes. Mace stands. This is madness. This is truth. And you can sense it. You know I'm not lying. Yoda closes his eyes, extends his senses fully into Anakin's presence. The boy's Force signature. Vast, scarred, ancient. Darkness and light intertwined. But underneath, truth. Painful. Terrible. But truth. Believe him. I do. The council erupts again. Mace. Master Yoda. You can't be serious. Yoda. Lying he is not. Feel it in the Force. I can. Lived he has. Suffered. Fallen. And returned. Anakin. I don't need your approval, Master Yoda. I don't need your training. I've already surpassed all of you. I know every form, every technique, every secret the Jedi and Sith ever discovered. I'm here because I choose to be, because I need allies to stop Palpatine before he destroys everything. Mace. And if we refuse, Anakin's presence in the Force expands. The room grows cold. Pressure builds. Like standing in a deep ocean, every Jedi Master feels it, the weight, the power, the shadow of Vader. Then I'll do it alone, and you'll die when Order 66 comes, just like before. But this time, I won't be the one killing you. He freed himself and his mother from slavery using nothing but the Force. He held off Darth Maul's attack on Tatooine. He reinforced our ship's shields with Mechu Deru. He's not a normal child. And if there's even a chance he's right about Palpatine, we have to investigate. Yoda nods slowly. Agree. I do. A grave threat, Sidious is, if true, this accusation. Mace, what do you propose? Anakin, let me operate as a sovereign ally, not a Padawan. I go to Naboo with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. We stop the Trade Federation. We capture Darth Maul alive as a witness, and we expose Palpatine before he can become Chancellor. Mace, capture a Sith Lord alive. I know how. Trust me. Yoda, terms you have. My mother stays here, protected by the Jedi. I need to know she's safe. Yoda, agreed. Shmi Skywalker, sanctuary we will provide. Anakin, and after Palpatine is dealt with, I walk my own path. I won't join the Jedi Order. I've seen what your code does, how it fails. Mace, you're rejecting the Jedi Order? I'm rejecting dogma. Attachment isn't the path to the dark side. Suppressing attachment is. I fell because I was afraid to love, afraid to grieve. The Jedi Code forbids emotion. And that made me vulnerable to Palpatine. If you want to survive what's coming, you need to change. Yoda says nothing, but his ancient eyes are troubled. The council confers silently. Through the Force, finally Yoda speaks. Agree to your terms, we do. A sovereign ally you will be. Help us stop Sidious, you will. Mace, if you're wrong, Qui-Gon, then it's on my head. Anakin turns to leave, stops at the door, looks back at Yoda. One more thing, Master. The Jedi Code. There is no emotion, there is peace. You're wrong. Emotion isn't the enemy. Denying emotion is. Change your code, or you'll fall again. He walks out. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan follow. In the corridor, Padmé waits. She's been crying. Is it true? What you said about us? Anakin meets her gaze, forces himself to stay calm. Yes, in another life we loved each other, married in secret, had children, and I destroyed it all. But that won't happen here. I won't let it. Why not? Because you deserve better than me. You deserve a life without war, without Vader, without darkness. He walks past her, leaving her standing alone. Qui-Gon watches, then approaches Padmé. He's protecting you. By staying away. From what? From himself. They board the Queen's ship, preparing to return to Naboo. Anakin stands in the cargo bay, alone. His hands shake. The weight of everything crashing down. He's back. He's alive. He has a chance to fix it all. But the cost. The memories. Vader's sins. He closes his eyes. Whispers, "I'm sorry, Padmé. I'm sorry for everything I did. But I'll make it right. I swear it." The ship launches. Coruscant falls away. Naboo awaits. And with it, the Sith. Coruscant, lower levels. A discreet cantina. The underbelly of the shining capital, where shadows gather. Where secrets are kept. Qui-Gon Jinn sits in a private booth, waiting. Anakin sits beside him, 9 years old, unnaturally still, alert. Obi-Wan stands near the entrance, hand close to his lightsaber, scanning for threats. The door opens. Count Dooku enters, 70 years old, tall, regal bearing, silver hair and beard perfectly groomed, elegant dark robes, a curved hilt lightsaber at his belt. He left the Jedi Order 10 years ago. In 42 BBY, reclaimed his title as Count of Sereno, but he hasn't fallen to the dark side. Not yet. Dooku sees Qui-Gon, his former Padawan, the student he trained decades ago. His expression softens slightly. Qui-Gon. Your message was cryptic. A matter of life and death concerning the Sith. What is this about? Qui-Gon stands. Master Dooku, thank you for coming. This is Anakin Skywalker. Dooku looks at the child, raises an eyebrow. You summon me across the galaxy for a child. He stops, feels it through the Force. The boy's presence. Vast, ancient, scarred by darkness but burning with light. Wrong, fundamentally wrong. What are you? Anakin stands, meets Dooku's eyes without flinching. I'm someone who knows your future, Count Dooku, and I'm here to stop it. Dooku's hand moves to his lightsaber hilt. Explain yourself. You left the Jedi Order 10 years ago because you saw the corruption in the Senate, the Jedi's complicity in politics, their failure to act against injustice. You were right, but your disillusionment made you vulnerable. Vulnerable to what? Darth Sidious, Senator Sheev Palpatine of Naboo. He's been grooming you, manipulating you, preparing you to become his apprentice. Darth Tyrannus. Absurd. I would never serve a Sith Lord. Not now. But you will. When Qui-Gon dies on Naboo at Darth Maul's hands, the grief will break you. Palpatine will approach you, offer you power, promise you the ability to change the galaxy, and you'll accept. You'll kill Jedi Master Yaddle, and you'll become Darth Tyrannus, leader of the Separatist movement, Palpatine's second apprentice. Dooku steps back. How dare you accuse me of murder, of betrayal? Qui-Gon speaks. Master, I know this sounds impossible, but Anakin has told the Council things only a Jedi Master would know. He knows about Palpatine's plans. He knows about the Sith, and Master Yoda confirmed through the Force that he's telling the truth. Dooku looks at his former student. You believe this child? I've seen what he can do. His power. His knowledge. He freed himself and his mother from slavery using the Force alone. He held off Darth Maul. He knows techniques that should be lost to time. Dooku turns back to Anakin. Who are you really? I'm Anakin Skywalker. In another timeline, I become Darth Vader, Palpatine's enforcer. I fall to the dark side after you do. I lead the 501st Legion into the Jedi Temple and slaughter everyone inside. Then I hunt the survivors for 23 years. Until my son redeems me at the cost of my life. Vader, I've heard that name. In old Sith prophecies. Those prophecies were about me, the chosen one who would bring balance. But I fell. I became a monster. The galaxy burned. But I've been given a second chance. And I'm here to make sure none of it happens. Starting with saving you. Dooku sits slowly, processing. You're saying Palpatine is Darth Sidious? Yes, the Dark Lord of the Sith. He killed his master, Darth Plagueis 20 years ago. He's been orchestrating the fall of the Republic for decades. And he's using you. For what purpose? To lead the separatist movement, to create an army of droids, to wage war against the Republic, so he can manufacture a crisis, seize emergency powers, become emperor. Dooku's hands rest on the table, trembling slightly. I left the Order because I saw its failures. The Jedi have become politicians, not peacekeepers. I thought leaving would give me freedom to act, to change things. It did. But Palpatine will use that freedom against you. He'll show you the darkness in the Republic, the corruption, the injustice, and he'll convince you that only through the Sith can you fix it. But he's lying. The Sith don't want to fix the Republic. They want to destroy it and rebuild it as an empire. Dooku closes his eyes, reaches out through the Force, searching, feeling, seeking truth. He sees glimpses, fragments of possible futures. Himself, wielding a red lightsaber, leading droid armies, fighting Jedi. And then, betrayal, Palpatine's new apprentice, a black-clad figure with a mechanical breathing mask. Darth Vader. Dooku standing before this new apprentice, weaponless, defeated. Do it. Palpatine's voice commands. Vader strikes. Beheads Dooku in one swift motion. Discarded, replaced, murdered. Dooku's eyes snap open. I saw it. A vision. Palpatine betrays me. For you. Anakin nods. Yes, in the original timeline, I kill you. On the invisible hand above Coruscant. Palpatine orders your execution. And I obey. Because by then, I'm his slave. Dooku's voice is quiet. If what you say is true, if Palpatine is Sidious, we must expose him. We will. But carefully. He's a master manipulator. If we accuse him without proof, he'll turn the Senate against us. We need evidence. We need witnesses. What do you propose? Anakin leans forward. We go to Naboo. We end the Trade Federation blockade. We capture Darth Maul alive. And we use him as proof. Maul will testify that his master is Sidious, and Sidious is Palpatine. He will, because I'm going to sever his connection to the dark side. Strip him of his power. Break him. He'll have no choice. Qui-Gon, you can do that? I learned it from the world between worlds, a place outside normal time. A technique that cuts someone's Force connection to the dark side. It's agonizing, permanent, and it will turn Maul into our witness. Dooku stands, paces. If we do this, if we expose Palpatine, the Republic will collapse into chaos. The Republic is already collapsing. Palpatine is just accelerating it. But if we stop him now, we can rebuild properly, without the Sith, without the Empire, without millions dying in a war he orchestrated. Dooku looks at Qui-Gon. You trust this boy? I trust the Force. And the Force brought him to us for a reason. Dooku makes his decision. Then I'll help. But if this is deception, Anakin, it's not. I'm trying to save you, Count Dooku. In the original timeline, I failed everyone. My mother, my wife, my master, the Jedi, the galaxy. I won't fail again. Anakin shakes it. A 9-year-old hand gripping a 70-year-old Count's. We leave for Naboo, immediately, and we bring you with us. Dooku, the Council will object to my presence. Let them. You're no longer a Jedi. You're a sovereign ally, just like me. Qui-Gon, what's the plan once we reach Naboo? Anakin, simple. We let Palpatine's plan unfold. The Trade Federation thinks they're winning. The Gungans will provide a distraction. But we don't rely on luck or accidents. I've already given Naboo security forces the exact coordinates of the droid control ship's reactor, and the access codes to bypass its shields. Obi-Wan, how do you know Federation access codes? Because I've studied them. For years. As Vader, I encountered Trade Federation remnants, captured their technology, analyzed their systems. I know every weakness, every vulnerability. Dooku and Maul. He'll come for us. Sidious will send him to eliminate the Jedi. We'll be ready. 3 Jedi Masters against 1 Sith apprentice. We capture him. I sever his dark side connection. And we have our witness. Qui-Gon. And then? Anakin's voice is ice. Then we wait for Palpatine to arrive on Naboo. He'll come to celebrate the victory, to position himself for the chancellorship, and we expose him, publicly, with proof. Dooku, he won't go quietly. No, he'll fight, and we'll kill him, because Sith Lords don't surrender. The alliance is formed. They leave the cantina, board the Naboo royal starship. Destination, Naboo. The final confrontation approaches. Naboo. Feed. The royal palace, Queen Amidala has returned. With Jedi. With hope. The Trade Federation still occupies Naboo. Viceroy Nute Gunray commands from his battleship in orbit. Battle droids patrol the streets. The Naboo people are prisoners. But Padmé has a plan. In the palace throne room, she meets with her advisors, Captain Panaka, Governor Sio Bibble, and the Jedi, Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Count Dooku, and Anakin. Padmé addresses them. The Gungans have agreed to an alliance. Boss Nass will deploy the Grand Army onto the plains. Draw out the Federation's droid forces, Panaka, and while they're engaged, we infiltrate the palace. Reclaim it from within. Governor Bibble, but the droid control ship remains in orbit. As long as it's operational, the droids will keep coming. Anakin speaks. The control ship won't be a problem. Everyone looks at him. I've already transmitted the exact coordinates of the ship's reactor core to your starfighter pilots, along with access codes to bypass the shields. Your pilots can destroy it. Precisely. No luck required. Panaka, how do you have Trade Federation access codes? Does it matter? You want to win, don't you? Padmé studies Anakin. This strange child who freed himself from slavery, who claims to be from the future, who speaks with the authority of a general. What about Darth Maul, the Sith apprentice? Qui-Gon, he'll come for us. When the battle begins, Sidious will send him to secure the palace. To eliminate the Jedi threat? Dooku. We'll be waiting. 3 masters against 1 apprentice. The odds are in our favor. Obi-Wan. And if he escapes? Anakin. He won't. I'm going to make sure of that. The Gungan Grand Army marches onto the grassy plains outside Theed. Thousands of warriors. Famba shield generators. Bumas catapults. Kadu cavalry. Boss Nass leads them. Jar Jar Binks among the soldiers. The Trade Federation detects the army. Viceroy Gunray orders deployment. The droid control ship in orbit releases landing craft. Thousands of battle droids. AAT tanks. MTTs carrying more troops. The droids march to meet the Gungans. The battle begins. In space above Naboo, Naboo N1 starfighters launch from hidden hangars. Bravo Squadron. Led by Rick Ollier. They have Anakin's intelligence. Exact coordinates. Access codes. They don't attack randomly. They strike with surgical precision. Bypassing the control ship's shields using the codes, entering the main hangar, flying directly to the reactor core. No accidents. No miracles. Just precise execution. Torpedoes launched. The reactor explodes. The control ship detonates in a cascading chain reaction. On the plains, every battle droid freezes mid-step, then collapses. The Gungans cheer. Victory. In the Theed Palace, the infiltration team moves. Padmé leads Naboo security through the corridors. Reclaiming the palace room by room, the Jedi move separately, heading to the hangar, where they know Maul will arrive. Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Dooku, Anakin. 4 against 1. Captain Panaka's forces arrest Viceroy Gunray in the throne room. The Trade Federation occupation is over. Naboo is free. But the battle isn't finished. In the palace hangar, the large bay doors explode inward. Darth Maul stands in the smoke and debris. Zabrak, red and black tattoos covering his face and head, horns protruding from his skull, yellow Sith eyes burning with hatred. He ignites his lightsaber, double-bladed, crimson, spinning. At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge. Qui-Gon ignites his lightsaber, green blade humming. Obi-Wan follows. Blue. Dooku's curved-hilt saber activates. Also blue. He never bled it red. Never fell. 3 Jedi Masters. Blades ready. Maul grins. Feral, you're outnumbered, Sith. Dooku's voice is calm, elegant. I believe you're mistaken about who is outnumbered. Maul charges. The battle erupts with explosive violence. Maul is a whirlwind, his double-bladed saber spinning, striking high, low, left, right. Unpredictable. Form 7. Juyo. Pure aggression channeled through every strike. But he faces 3 Jedi Masters. Qui-Gon attacks from the front. Form IV. Ataru. Acrobatic. Leaping. Fast strikes from unexpected angles. Dooku from the left. Form 2. Makashi. The dueling form. Elegant. Precise. Every movement economical. Obi-Wan from the right. Form 3. Sorasu. Perfect defense. Blocking. Deflecting. Waiting for openings. Maul blocks Qui-Gon's overhead strike. Spins. Parries Dooku's thrust. Ducks under Obi-Wan's slash. He's fast. Incredibly fast. Enhanced by darkside rage. But he's being pressed. 3 blades. 3 different styles. 3 masters coordinating. Anakin doesn't fight. Not with a lightsaber. He stands at the edge of the hangar. Watching. Analyzing. Orchestrating. He reaches out with the Force. The hangar bay doors. He seals them shut with telekinesis, locking Maul inside. The floor panels beneath Maul's feet. He loosens them. Just slightly. Maul stumbles. Recovers. But his balance is disrupted. The lighting. Anakin dims it, then flares it bright, then dims again. Maul's eyes struggle to adjust. His precognition fractionally impaired. Coward! Maul snarls at Anakin. Face me with a blade. Anakin's voice is calm, cold. I don't need a blade to beat you. Qui-Gon strikes. A slash across Maul's shoulder. First blood. Maul hisses, pain fueling his rage. He spins, lashes out with the Force. A telekinetic blast. Powerful, unfocused. Dooku raises his hand, absorbs the energy, redirects it. The blast slams into a parked Naboo starfighter. The ship crumples. Obi-Wan attacks, a thrust toward Maul's chest. Maul blocks. Their blades lock. Maul headbutts Obi-Wan. The young Padawan stumbles back, blood streaming from his nose. But Qui-Gon is there, his blade cutting toward Maul's legs. Maul leaps, high, flipping over them, lands behind the 3 Jedi. He's breathing hard now, wounded, outnumbered. Realizing he's losing, Dooku advances. Surrender, Sith. You cannot win. I serve Lord Sidious. I will never surrender. Anakin speaks. Sidious doesn't care about you. You're a tool. Disposable. He'll replace you the moment you fail, just like he replaced Dooku. Just like he'll replace me. Maul's yellow eyes burn. You know nothing. I know he found you on Dathomir, took you from your mother, Talzin, raised you as a weapon, trained you to kill Jedi. But you're not his apprentice. You're his slave. Just like I was. Maul charges at Anakin, abandoning the 3 Jedi. Pure rage driving him. Qui-Gon intercepts. Their blades clash. Shower of sparks. But Maul is desperate now. Reckless. Sloppy. He abandons technique. Just fury. Just violence. Dooku sees the opening. 1 precise strike. Form 2. Makashi's elegance. His curved blade cuts through Maul's double-bladed lightsaber. Severs it in half. Both crimson blades extinguish. The weapon falls. Clatters on the hangar floor. Useless. Maul stands disarmed. Surrounded. 3 lightsabers pointed at his chest. He could fight unarmed. Use the Force. Die with honor. But Anakin doesn't give him the choice. He reaches into Maul through the Force. Deep. Invasive. Violating. Finds the dark side corruption within him. The hatred. The rage. The suffering that fuels his power. And severs it. Not gently. Not mercifully. Like cutting a tumor from living flesh. Agonizing. Surgical. Violent. Maul screams. A sound of pure torment. His body convulsing. Every nerve on fire. His yellow Sith eyes flicker. Fade. The dark side drains from him. Ripped away. Torn out by the roots. He collapses. Gasping. Shaking. When he looks up, his eyes are black. Normal. Confused. Terrified. What? What did you do to me? Anakin's voice is emotionless. I freed you. From Sidious. From the dark side. From your chains. Maul tries to stand. Can't. The Force is still there, but weak, fractured, broken. The connection to the dark side, gone, permanently severed. He's just a broken warrior now, no longer Sith. Qui-Gon stares. I've never seen anything like that. Dooku. Severing someone's connection to the dark side. It's a forbidden technique. Lost to antiquity. It's the only way to take a Sith alive without risking escape. Obi-Wan binds Maul's hands with force-suppressing binders. The fallen Sith looks up at Anakin, his voice broken, hollow. Who are you? I'm the Chosen One, and you're going to help me destroy your master. Padmé enters the hangar, sees Maul captured, the Jedi victorious. Is it over? Qui-Gon nods. The battle, yes, but the war hasn't started yet. Anakin, and it won't, because we're going to end the Sith before the war begins. Naboo security takes Maul into custody. He's led away, no resistance. Just empty compliance. Qui-Gon approaches Anakin, places a hand on his shoulder. You saved my life. In the original timeline, Maul killed me here. In this hangar, Anakin. I know. That's why I came back. To save everyone I failed the first time. Obi-Wan. Master. What do we do now? We have Maul. But Palpatine is still in the Senate. Dooku. He'll come to Naboo. To celebrate the victory over the Trade Federation. To position himself for the chancellorship. And when he does, we confront him. Anakin. Not just confront. Expose him, with Maul as our witness. And then we execute him. Qui-Gon. Anakin, we can't just execute a senator without trial. You can't. But I can. Because I've already seen what happens when you try to arrest him. Mace Windu tries in the original timeline. Brings 3 council members. Palpatine kills all 3. Then manipulates the situation. Calls it a Jedi coup. Uses it to justify the Empire. Dooku. The boy is right. Sidious is too dangerous to arrest. We must end him. Permanently. Padmé. And if the Senate finds out? If they learn Jedi executed a senator? Anakin. They won't, because we'll have proof. Maul's testimony. Evidence of Sidious's crimes. The Senate will see we saved the Republic. Qui-Gon. This is a dangerous path, Anakin. I've already walked it. As Vader, I know what darkness looks like, and I know the only way to stop it is to cut it out completely. The Jedi exchange glances, uncomfortable, but unable to argue the logic. Finally, Qui-Gon nods. We do it your way. But we expose him first. Give him a chance to face justice. If he attacks, and he will, we defend ourselves. And if necessary, we end him. Days pass. Naboo celebrates liberation. The Trade Federation defeated. The blockade lifted. The people rejoice. And Senator Palpatine arrives. His personal shuttle lands in Theed's main plaza. He emerges, smiling, benevolent, concerned, ready to comfort Queen Amidala, ready to be the Republic's hero, ready to become Chancellor. He walks toward the royal palace. Flanked by aides, red-robed Senate guards escort him. He enters the throne room, expecting celebration, gratitude, political opportunity. Instead, he finds 4 figures waiting: Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Count Dooku, and a 9-year-old boy, standing in silence, lightsabers not yet drawn, but ready. Padmé sits on her throne, regal, composed, but her eyes hard. Palpatine's politician's smile falters, just for a fraction of a second. He senses the trap. Too late. Your Majesty, Master Jedi, Count Dooku. What an unexpected gathering. Anakin steps forward. His voice carries through the throne room. Clear. Absolute. Damning. Hello, Chancellor. Or should I call you Darth Sidious? Palpatine's smile freezes. The throne room doors seal shut. The trap is sprung. Theed Royal Palace. Throne room. Evening. Palpatine stands at the center. Surrounded. Qui-Gon Jinn. Lightsaber not yet ignited, but his hand on the hilt. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Ready. Alert. Count Dooku. 70 years old. Standing tall. No longer hiding. An Anakin Skywalker. 9 years old. No weapon. Just the Force. Padmé sits on her throne, watching. Captain Panaka and Naboo guards at the doors. All exits sealed. Palpatine's politician's mask slips. Just for a moment. His yellow eyes flash. Then he recovers. Laughs lightly. My dear boy, I'm afraid you've been reading too many holonovels. Darth Sidious. The Sith are extinct. Anakin's voice is calm. Absolute. You manipulated the Trade Federation into blockading Naboo. You ordered Darth Maul to kill Jedi. You're planning to use a clone army commissioned by Jedi Master Sifo Dyas to wage a war that will destroy the Republic from within. And you're grooming Count Dooku to become Darth Tyrannus. Your next apprentice. Palpatine's smile tightens. These are extraordinary claims. Without proof. Dooku steps forward. We have proof. Darth Maul, your apprentice, in custody. And he's confirmed everything. The throne room side doors open. Naboo security brings in the restrained Darth Maul, no longer radiating dark side power. His eyes black, hollow, broken. Force-suppressing binders on his wrists. Maul stares at Palpatine. No hatred in his gaze. Just emptiness. Qui-Gon speaks. We captured him on your orders, Palpatine. He admits everything. His master. The Sith. The grand plan. Palpatine looks at Maul. His yellow eyes visible now. Unmasked. Maul is a tool. Disposable. His testimony means nothing. Anakin, he's not just testifying, he's evidence. I severed his connection to the dark side. Stripped him of his power. He's broken. And he's willing to tell the galaxy everything. Who trained him? Who ordered him to attack Jedi? Who you really are? Palpatine's mask cracks further. His voice drops. Cold. You think you've won, boy. You think exposing me changes anything. Anakin takes a step forward. I know it does. Because I've already seen your empire fall. I've already seen you die. Twice. Once when I threw you down the Death Star reactor shaft. And again in another timeline. And this time, I'm ending it before it begins. Palpatine studies Anakin, reaches out through the Force, tries to sense the child, probe his mind. What he touches makes him recoil in shock. The presence, vast, ancient, scarred by darkness but burning with terrible light. This isn't a 9-year-old boy. This is something else entirely. What are you? Anakin's eyes, cold, knowing, carrying 45 years of memory. I'm the one you tried to corrupt. Darth Vader. Your enforcer. Your weapon. I fell to the dark side. Served you for 23 years. Murdered thousands, destroyed planets. And then my son redeemed me. Luke Skywalker. He showed me the light I'd lost, and I killed you. On the second Death Star. Above Endor. I died free. Palpatine's face twists. Not with fear, with rage. Pure incandescent fury. You're from the future. You've destroyed everything. Anakin. Yes. Your 1,000-year plan. Your grand design. Your empire. All of it. Erased. Because I'm here, and I remember. Palpatine's voice becomes a snarl. You dare presume to defy me. I have spent decades orchestrating the fall of the Jedi. I have manipulated senators, armies, entire star systems, and you're a child. Anakin's voice is ice. I'm the chosen one, and you're a parasite, and parasites die when you cut them out. Palpatine's eyes glow fully yellow now, Sith eyes. Unmasked, he raises his hands. Sith lightning erupts, purple-black energy crackling from his fingertips. Aimed at everyone in the room. Qui-Gon ignites his lightsaber. Green blade raised. The lightning strikes. He deflects, energy scattering. Obi-Wan follows, blue blade absorbing the assault. Dooku uses the Force. Creates a barrier, protecting Padmé and the Naboo guards behind him. But Palpatine's true focus is Anakin. The lightning streams toward the 9-year-old boy. Enough voltage to kill instantly. Anakin raises his hands. Bare palms. No weapon. Catches the lightning. The energy crackles. Rides. But doesn't touch him. Tutaminas. Force absorption. A Grandmaster level technique. Only the greatest Jedi Masters can do this. Yoda. Mace Windu. And Anakin Skywalker. He channels the energy, absorbs it into the Force itself. Harmless. Palpatine's eyes widen in shock. Impossible. No child could. Anakin's voice is steady. Calm. I'm not a child. I'm the Jedi you could never corrupt. I'm the chosen one you could never control. And I'm the one who will end you. He pushes back. The lightning redirects. Flows into the floor. Stone cracking. Energy dissipating. Palpatine snarls, ignites his lightsaber. Red blade. Curved hilt. Humming with malice. The mask is gone completely now. Senator Palpatine no longer exists. Only Darth Sidious remains. He attacks. Palpatine moves like a serpent striking. Form 7. Juyo. Unpredictable. Vicious. Every strike meant to kill. His blade a blur of crimson light. He strikes at Qui-Gon first. Their blades clash. Shower of sparks. Palpatine kicks. Qui-Gon stumbles back. The Sith Lord spins. Attacks Obi-Wan. 3 rapid strikes, high, low. Thrust. Obi-Wan parries desperately. Form 3. Sorsu. Defense. But barely holding. Palpatine leaps. Flips. Lands behind them. Slashes at Dooku. The Count blocks. Form 2. Makashi. Elegant even under pressure. Their curved hilts lock. Red against blue. Palpatine hisses. You could have ruled beside me, Dooku. You could have been my apprentice. But you chose them. You chose weakness. Dooku's voice is calm. I chose the light. And I will never serve you. He pushes back. Their blades separate. All 3 Jedi surround Palpatine now. Coordinated attack. Qui-Gon high. Obi-Wan middle. Dooku low. 3 blades. 3 angles simultaneous. Palpatine blocks all 3. His speed inhuman. Dark side enhanced. But he's being pressed. Outnumbered. Cornered. He unleashes the Force. A telekinetic blast. Massive. Radiating outward in a shockwave. The 3 Jedi are thrown back. Slammed into the throne room walls. Qui-Gon hits hard. Groans. Bleeding from a cut on his forehead. Obi-Wan crumples. Ribs cracked. Dooku recovers fastest. Age and experience. Back on his feet. Padmé screams. The Naboo guards raise blasters. Palpatine gestures. The blasters rip from their hands. Clatter across the floor. Pathetic. All of you. He turns to Anakin. You're the reason, the anomaly. The thing that shouldn't exist. Anakin stands unmoved. Watching. Analyzing. I spent 50 years building my empire. Manipulating. Planning. And you erased it all in days. Anakin, you were always going to fail. The Sith always fail. Because you're built on hate. And hate consumes itself. Palpatine charges. Red lightsaber aimed directly at Anakin's heart. Full speed. Full power. Intent to kill. Anakin raises one hand. The lightsaber stops. Mid-swing. Frozen in the air. Palpatine strains. Pushes with all his strength. Dark side fury channeled through his muscles. The blade doesn't move. Anakin is holding it with the Force. Effortlessly. You're not as powerful as you think. He gestures. Palpatine's lightsaber flies from his grip. Across the throne room. Deactivates. Clatters into a corner. The Emperor stands disarmed, weaponless. Qui-Gon rises. Bleeding but functional, lightsaber ignited. Obi-Wan joins him. Limping. Determined. Dooku approaches. Blade steady. 3 lightsabers pointed at Palpatine. The Sith Lord looks at them. At the child who stripped him of his weapon. And he smiles. You think you've won. But you've already lost. The clone army is coming. The war will begin, whether I live or die. The Republic will tear itself apart. And from the ashes, the Empire will rise. Anakin, no, because I've already prevented the clone army. I sent word to the Jedi Council about Kamino, about the Kaminoans, about the inhibitor chips. They're investigating right now. By tomorrow, the clone program will be dismantled. Your war will never happen. Palpatine's smile falters. Impossible. The clones are my masterpiece. We're your masterpiece. I know where they're being grown. I know about the chips. I know about Jedi Master Sifo Dyas commissioning them. I know everything. And I've already stopped it. Palpatine's rage erupts. He doesn't need a lightsaber. Pure dark side energy. A force scream. A sonic wave of concentrated hatred. The windows shatter, glass exploding inward. The walls crack. The floor buckles. Everyone staggers, hands over ears. The sound overwhelming. But Anakin stands firm. He creates a force barrier. Around himself. Around the Jedi, around Padmé and her guards. The scream breaks against it like waves against stone. Dissipates harmlessly. Palpatine collapses to one knee. Exhausted. Weakened. Decades of dark side power. Expended in seconds. Anakin walks forward. Stands over the fallen Sith Lord. It's over, Sidious. The Sith die with you. Palpatine looks up. Yellow eyes burning with impotent fury. You'll become like me. Power corrupts. You'll fall. Just like before. Anakin's voice is quiet. Final. I already fell. And I came back. But you never will. He reaches out with the Force. Not to strike. To end. He finds Palpatine's heart. The organ pumping dark side corruption through ancient veins. And stops it. Clinical. Precise. Surgical. No violence. No rage. Just cessation. Palpatine's eyes widen. His hands clutch his chest. He gasps. Chokes. You can't. Anakin's expression is stone. I can. And I have. Sheev. Palpatine. Darth Sidious. Dark Lord of the Sith. Falls. Dead. The dark side presence that has poisoned the galaxy for decades vanishes. The Force is clear. Bright. Free. Silence. The throne room is destroyed. Windows shattered. Walls cracked. Smoke drifting. But Palpatine is dead. Qui-Gon approaches the body. Kneels. Checks for a pulse. Nothing. He's gone. Obi-Wan stares at Anakin. You killed him. With the Force. Without a weapon. Anakin looks at his hands. Small. A child's hands. Trembling slightly. I've killed before. As Vader. Thousands. But this was necessary. Dooku places a hand on Anakin's shoulder. You saved us. You saved the galaxy. No. I saved myself. The rest was just making sure no one else had to suffer for my mistakes. Padmé descends from her throne. Approaches carefully. Anakin. What you did. Stopping his heart. Is that something all Jedi can do? No. It's a technique I learned from the dark side. From Vader's knowledge. I know methods no living Jedi should know. But I use them for the light, not the dark. Captain Panaka and Naboo guards secure the throne room. Panaka. What do we tell the Senate? We just killed a senator. Dooku. We tell them the truth. Palpatine was Darth Sidious. A Sith Lord. We have Maul's testimony. We have evidence. Qui-Gon. Will the Senate believe us? Because I'll testify. I'll tell them everything. What Palpatine planned. What he would have done. The clone army. Order 66. The Empire. They'll believe me. Days later. Coruscant. Galactic Senate building. The Senate is in emergency session. Thousands of senators from across the galaxy. Their platforms hovering in the massive circular chamber. Queen Amidala addresses them. Her voice amplified. Honorable delegates, I stand before you to report a grave discovery. Senator Sheev Palpatine of Naboo was secretly Darth Sidious, a Sith Lord who orchestrated the Trade Federation's invasion of my homeworld. Uproar. Denials. Shocked gasps. Senator Bail Organa of Alderaan stands. This is an extraordinary claim, Your Majesty. Do you have proof? Padmé. We have testimony from Darth Maul, Palpatine's apprentice, captured on Naboo. Maul is led in, restrained, guarded, no longer radiating menace. His eyes black, normal, empty. He speaks, his voice quiet, defeated, broken. I am Maul, apprentice to Darth Sidious. I was taken from Dathomir as a child, raised to kill Jedi, trained to serve the Sith. My master was Senator Palpatine. He orchestrated the invasion, the blockade, everything. The Senate goes silent, stunned. Senator Mon Mothma of Chandrila stands. And where is Palpatine now? Dooku rises from the Jedi observer's box. Dead. Killed in self-defense when he revealed himself on Naboo. He attacked Queen Amidala. and 4 Jedi with Sith lightning and a lightsaber. We had no choice but to stop him. The Senate erupts. Arguments. Accusations. Fear. Supreme Chancellor Finis Valorum calls for order, his voice booming. This Senate will conduct a full investigation. If Palpatine was truly a Sith Lord, the evidence will confirm it. The investigation takes weeks. Jedi investigators search Palpatine's offices, his apartments on Coruscant, his holdings on Naboo. They find evidence, hidden chambers, Sith artifacts, holocrons, ancient texts, recordings of conversations with Trade Federation Viceroy Newt Gunray, communications with someone named Darth Plagueis. Proof. Undeniable. Damning. Complete. The Senate is forced to accept the truth. Palpatine was Darth Sidious, and the Jedi saved the Republic. Jedi Temple. Council Chamber, weeks after Palpatine's death. Yoda sits with Anakin. Alone. Much you have done. The galaxy saved you have. The Sith destroyed. Grateful the Council is. Anakin, I didn't do it for gratitude. I did it because it was necessary. Yoda, know this I do. But ask I must, your path what will it be? Anakin is silent for a moment. I won't join the Jedi Order. Not officially. I've seen what the code does, how it fails people. I won't be bound by it. Understand, I do. But allies can we still be? Yes, I'll help the Jedi when needed, but I walk my own path. And your mother? She stays here on Coruscant, protected, free. For the first time in her life, she has a home. And you? I returned to Tatooine, to dismantle the slave trade, to free others the way I freed myself. That's my mission now. Yoda smiles, small, sad, proud. The chosen one you are, balance you brought, in ways unexpected. Anakin stands. The prophecy is fulfilled. The Sith are extinct. The Jedi are safe. And the galaxy has a chance. He walks to the door, pauses. Master Yoda, one more thing. Yes, in my timeline you trained me. On Dagobah, in exile. After everything fell, you taught me to be a Jedi, and I failed you. But here, I want to say thank you for believing in me, even when I didn't deserve it. Deserve it. You always did. Anakin leaves. 6 months later, Tatooine, Mos Espa, Anakin Skywalker stands in the marketplace. No longer a slave, a free person. He's opened a repair shop, using his mechanical genius, helping moisture farmers, fixing speeders, building droids. But his real work happens quietly, secretly, dismantling the slave trade, one owner at a time. He uses the Force to terrify them, to break them, to free their captives. Watto fled Tatooine months ago, terrified, never to return. Other slavers follow, one by one, disappearing or releasing their property. The Hutts notice. They send enforcers, bounty hunters. Anakin defeats them. Easily, no one dies. But they don't return. Word spreads across the Outer Rim. The boy who freed himself. The boy who destroys slavers. A legend is being born. Shmi lives on Coruscant now, in a modest apartment near the Jedi Temple. Free, safe, happy. She sends messages to her son regularly, asking when he'll visit. Anakin replies, soon, when the work is done. One day, Qui-Gon Jinn visits Tatooine, finds Anakin in his workshop, repairing a vaporator unit. Master Jinn, what brings you here? Qui-Gon smiles. Curiosity. I wanted to see what the Chosen One does when he's not saving the galaxy. I fix things. It's what I've always been good at. And the slavers? Leaving. One by one. Tatooine will be free soon. Completely. Qui-Gon sits on a workbench. The Council wants you to reconsider. Join the Order. Train properly. I am trained. I've had 45 years of experience. You, Obi-Wan, Yoda. Even if it was in another timeline, then what will you do? Spend your life on Tatooine? Anakin sets down his tools. I'll travel eventually. Help where I can. Fight injustice. Free slaves. Stop tyrants. But I won't be a Jedi Knight. I'll be something else. What? Free. Qui-Gon nods, understanding. And Padmé? Queen Amidala? Anakin's expression darkens. What about her? She asks about you, often. Wonders why you left, why you won't visit Naboo. Because I can't. She's 14. I'm 45. Mentally, I loved her once. In another life. But that life is gone. Here. She gets to live without me. Without Vader. Without the pain I caused her. That's enough. Qui-Gon stands. You carry a heavy burden, Anakin. I carry the weight of my sins. Every person I killed is Vader. Every atrocity I committed. And I'll carry it until I die. But at least this time, I didn't destroy the galaxy. Qui-Gon places a hand on his shoulder. You saved it. Never forget that. They stand in silence. Finally, Qui-Gon leaves, returns to his ship. Anakin watches him go, then returns to his work. Naboo, Theed, Royal Palace, Queen's Chambers. Padmé stands at her window, looking out over the city. Her handmaiden, Sabe, approaches. Your Majesty, the council session begins soon. I know. You're thinking about him again. Padmé smiles. Sad. Is it that obvious? You've mentioned Anakin Skywalker every week for 6 months. Yes. It's obvious. He saved us. Saved Naboo. Saved the galaxy. And then he just left. Perhaps he had his reasons. He told me we were married in another timeline. That we had children. Twins. And that he destroyed it all. I don't understand how someone so young can carry that kind of pain. Sabe, maybe you're not meant to understand. Not yet. Padmé turns. Do you think I'll ever see him again? I think the Force brought him to us for a reason. If that reason includes you, he'll return. When he's ready. Padmé nods. Hopeful but uncertain. Coruscant. Jedi Temple. Training grounds. Obi-Wan Kenobi spars with other knights. He's a full Jedi Knight now. Promoted after the Battle of Naboo. Even though Qui-Gon survived, Obi-Wan earned his knighthood through bravery and skill. He doesn't have a Padawan yet. The council says he's not ready. But he thinks about Anakin often, the boy who could have been his student. In another timeline he was. Dooku watches from the observation platform. He's returned to the Jedi Order. Not as a master, as a teacher, a reformer. Working with Qui-Gon to reshape the Order's relationship with the Republic, to prevent the complacency that allowed Sidious to rise unchallenged. The Council resists some changes. But they're listening. Yoda decreed it. The code must evolve, or the Order will stagnate and fall again. Dooku approaches Obi-Wan after the sparring session. Knight Kenobi. Well fought. Thank you, Count Dooku. I wanted to ask. About Anakin. Have you heard from him? No. He doesn't contact anyone. He's on Tatooine. Freeing slaves. Living his own life. Do you think he'll return? Obi-Wan considers. I don't know. He saved us all. But he carries more pain than anyone should. Maybe he needs distance. Time. Dooku nods. Or perhaps he's exactly where he needs to be. Tatooine. Dune Sea. Sunset. Anakin stands at the edge of the sands, watching the twin suns descend toward the horizon. He's 9 years old physically, but he feels ancient. He's saved everyone. His mother, Qui-Gon, Padmé, Dooku, the Jedi, the Republic. The Sith are extinct. The Empire will never rise. The Clone Wars will never begin. Order 66 will never happen. He won. But the cost, the memories, the weight of Vader's atrocities. He'll carry them forever. In the Force, he feels presences, familiar, warm, voices. From the future, that will never happen now. Obi-Wan's voice. You did it, Anakin. You saved everyone. Yoda's voice. Ancient, wise. The chosen one you are. Balance you brought. Proud of you we are. Qui-Gon's voice. Gentle. You gave me life, Anakin. A future. I can never repay that. Anakin smiles, tears streaming down his face. I didn't save you for repayment. I saved you because I failed you before, and I couldn't live with that again. The voices fade. Anakin looks up at the darkening sky, at the stars emerging, at the galaxy he saved. I'm not a Jedi. I'm not a Sith. I'm just free, and that's enough. He turns, walks back toward Mos Espa, toward his workshop, his life, his freedom. The prophecy is fulfilled. The Sith are destroyed. The Jedi endure, and Anakin Skywalker walks his own path, no longer Vader, no longer a slave, no longer bound by destiny or darkness, just a boy who lived 2 lives and chose to be better the second time. The twin suns set completely. Darkness falls over the desert, but in the Force, there is light and hope. Forever. Let us know what you'd like to see next. The end.